Welcome to the newest installment of the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Philip, and joining me as always is TJ.
Hello.
And for this episode, we watched Annihilation. Before we get into it, spoiler warning now. If you want to avoid spoilers, skip ahead to the time code you see on the screen. This week, TJ is going to be nice enough to handle cast and crew rundown for us, because my wrist still hurts, and I don't want to write it all down.
Respect.
So, all you, sir. Break it down.
Right. So, this was directed by Alex Garland, and he also wrote the screenplay.
Okay.
Turns out he only read the first book.
Oh, there's more than one?
Yeah, this is based on a book series called The Southern Reach.
Oh, okay.
And he only read the first book, and he didn't read any of the others because he just envisioned the screenplay by that first book. And he kind of took it his own direction.
Right.
Alex Garland is known for, he did Ex Machina.
Oh, I still have to watch that.
Yes, same here.
Okay.
But I've heard nothing but good things.
Same, yeah, with a plan for that in a future episode.
So then, on to cast, we have Natalie Portman, who played Lena, main character.
Right.
And she kind of goes without saying.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know what she said.
Yeah.
Next big name was Oscar Isaac,
yes,
who played Kane, who was her husband.
Right.
And again, he's Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was interesting we had two Star Wars people with Natalie Portman there, too.
And a whole bunch of Marvel people.
Oh, really?
Yes, because then we have Tessa Thompson, who played Radek. She was in Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Was she Valkyrie?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
And one of the minor characters, but another Marvel actor, was Benedict Wong, and he played the scientist that was questioning her Lomax.
Okay.
He was Wong in Doctor Strange.
Ah, okay. Yep, I see it now.
And then some more notable names. We got Jennifer Jason Leigh, who played Dr. Ventress.
Yep.
Who I always confuse for Sarah Jessica Parker. Not Sarah Jessica Parker. I had that wrong. The one from Single White Female.
Who is it? It's Jennifer Jason Leigh and someone else. The person she's copying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is her... Oh, my God.
Like, I even was talking to a friend about it, and I said the name.
Yeah, when you said Sarah Jessica Parker, I'm like, how? They don't look anything alike.
No, it's just Bridget Fonda.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, I could see that a little bit. I mean, not now, but I could see it then. Yeah. But okay, cool.
And then we also had Gina Rodriguez. She played Thornton. And her, I know I've seen it and stuff. She was also in Jane the Virgin.
I have never seen it.
TV show.
Oh, okay.
But she's also been in just a bunch of random stuff.
Right on.
And then we also have one more. Tuva Navati.
Good job.
I don't know if that was a good job.
Yeah, how's it feel, Mr. Laughing Phillip, when he doesn't get the names right? Sucks, huh?
And the only thing I've noticed that I know that she was in was Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, okay. I will never watch that.
She's been in lots of other stuff, but that's like the only title that I've heard of.
All right, right on. Well, thank you for doing cast and crew.
Yes.
You want to get into the skeleton, and then we'll talk about the meat and stuff later?
Yes.
Okay. I know that sounded really gross, but you know what I mean. We'll lay the framework, and then we'll add some walls and floors. That's better. That's architectural little metaphor things rather than gross, visceral ones. All right. What was your favorite scene?
Probably my favorite scene was probably just when Dr. Ventress disintegrated.
Okay, yeah.
Or whatever.
Right.
And she turned into that beautiful blob thing. And like all I could think about was just like the intro to Liquid TV on MTV.
Yeah, good call.
But yeah, that was just beautiful. I mean, there was so much beauty in this entire movie.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes, it's like, we're watching Annihilation, a.k.a. CGI the movie.
Mm-hmm. But I was okay with it.
I was okay with it to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
I think the end went a little overboard.
Mm-hmm.
And because it looked really fake.
Mm-hmm.
Even the fire looked fake. Maybe that was the point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to dock it points or anything if I was going to rate it. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty looking, but it looked so fake.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if you're dealing with this weird alien-ish creature, I guess it doesn't have to look real. I don't know.
Yeah. But what was your favorite scene?
Oh man, this is hard. I might have to mirror yours. Ha, see what I did there? Because it was just pretty. It was. But nothing was like, oh my god, this is an amazing scene. It was pretty to look at. I think, honestly, unless I change my mind later, because I don't have anything off that went down for favorite scene, I don't think. I really liked when she came onto the beach. And it was just like the glass trees and then the lighthouse wrapped. Like that, just that scene, to me, was really pretty. Because I was wondering the whole time, like, what's it going to look like when they finally get there? Or whoever gets there, what's it going to look like? But yours is also really good, too, because it was really pretty.
And just to throw out another one that I really liked, because it doesn't fit oh shit moment, it was just another scene that stood out that was very subtle, was the death of Radek.
Yes, I like the way that was handled.
Yeah. I just like the subtle glimpses of her slowly turning into flower.
Yeah. Like, you're going to be a flower creature.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, pick one. What was your holy shit moment?
The bear beast.
Yep.
That had the voice of Shepard.
Yes, that was so cool.
Like,
I thought that was really clever.
Yes.
I like that a lot. My holy shit moment is in that same scene, but it's when the bear creature bit her face off. That was so...
Oh.
I was just like, whoa! Like, that was... Whoa! I was like, damn! But I thought yours was really freaking cool. I was like, wow, that's neat. If any, did you have a mediocre moment?
Just some of the flashbacks.
Okay, right on.
I imagine it probably took a bigger role in the books.
Yeah, probably.
But I don't see much the affair having an overall effect on the plot.
Yeah, there's really no point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I have a different one, though. I didn't like the time jumps in one spot. I didn't mind them. There was a couple things that didn't stick really well with me. What was the name of the woman who was turning into flowers?
Radek.
Okay, so here's the time jump I didn't like. Okay, she sees Radek walking away. She's looking for Radek. Next scene, she's in the woods crying. Next scene, she's on the beach. Like, that, it was too disjointed. I wanted more, I wanted it to be more linear. Because, like, she was looking for her, then in the woods crying, and then on the beach, and then at the lighthouse. There needs to be, I don't know, it felt just really awkward to me. Like, the cuts felt really awkward.
Now, not mediocre, but two things that I had a problem with was, A, when they entered, they were not wearing gas masks.
Yeah, or hazmat suits.
Yeah.
I wrote that down as well, yes.
And it's something that could have totally been included, because that entire 6 hours that they lost and had absolutely no memory of, it could have been them, like, in the suits, come out, oh shit, we're not in our suits, blah, blah, blah.
And that also would have helped establish the time loss.
Yeah.
A lot better.
And then even the time loss itself, my problem with that first one was they didn't have any video recording.
True.
I figured for sure they because the electronics work in the Shimmer.
Yeah.
You figure there might be some sort of cataloging what is chronicling.
At least have a GoPro attached to your, like, chest or something.
Yeah.
You know, as you're walking in. And because I don't think they used the time jump, that kind of time, the loss of time, rather, enough.
Yeah.
They lost the time once. And then when they were talking about going back or going forward to the lighthouse and the perimeter, I was like, A, you don't... if you're going towards ground zero, it's going to get worse. And B, what happens if you lose time again?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happens if you lose time and you run out of rations? You know what I mean? It's like, I just don't think that was really handled. It happened one time, and then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That we know of.
Now, another thing that I thought was really cool,
Mm-hmm.
did you notice Lena's arm, the tattoo that appeared?
The snake thing?
Yes.
The 8, infinity?
That was not her tattoo.
Oh,
that
really?
was Thornson's tattoo.
Really?
Yes.
I did not notice that.
The beginning of the movie, she does not have a tattoo in her arm.
Interesting.
And I mean, it was just like, that's cool.
Yeah, neat. Wonder like what parts of DNA she's made up of then.
Yeah.
If any, did you have an LOL moment?
No, not really.
Yeah, me either. I was like, I couldn't think of any. Okay, so no LOL moments this week. All right, so let's just go ahead and shoot the shit about this movie. It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. I liked it. There were flaws, as we've said. Knowing that it was based on books, plural, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It was like almost 2 hours long, but it went by really fast.
Yeah. I did not feel those 2 hours.
Yeah, me either. And so that's saying something for a movie like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was engaged the whole time. And, of course, it had like, a very high pedigree of actor. So, Natalie Portman always delivers. Even the stuff I don't like her, she always delivers.
And even Jennifer Jason Leigh, I really liked her character.
She was so monotone and unemotional.
Mm-hmm.
And she delivered it so well. Just facial expressions. And she kept her voice at like one cadence.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I really liked the most about this movie. And there's a few different examples I have. This movie did a really good job at avoiding cliche.
Yes.
So I'm going to give the examples I have, and if you have any more, please insert them. So one of the cliches it avoided, I like that Natalie Portman didn't flip out when she woke up and was talking to Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where am I and who are you? It only happened one time in the movie with one character.
Mm-hmm.
I love that everyone was so composed and talked like fucking adults.
Well, and also with Natalie Portman, she was former military.
Yeah.
So it fit that she would not react like that.
Exactly. But we've seen movies before where they're like, X whatever, and then they're like way over the top emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. She wasn't. I liked that the crew was all women.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was really fucking awesome. We never really see that. I joked that it was like a better remake of Ghostbusters. But I called it Alien Busters.
Uh-huh.
I was like, this is how you write Ghostbusters. I like that when Natalie Portman joined, there wasn't any of that, you can't be on the team drama.
Yeah.
That we sometimes see in movies like this. So it avoided that. Liked that a lot. The scene where they're outside and Jennifer Jason Leigh and Natalie Portman are talking to each other before the bear thing attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about like self-destruction. And Jennifer Jason Leigh's talking about Natalie Portman's husband.
Mm-hmm.
And basically saying that he was not happy in the marriage, pretty much.
Yeah.
I liked that she was not like, he would never do that to me. She was she was very like, okay. I liked it. I just really liked how they dealt with situations for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And then another part where they were going to look for the woman who got eaten by the bear. No. The woman who got taken away by the bear first.
Mm-hmm. Shepard.
Yes. So Natalie Portman goes to find Shepard, comes back. The one girl goes, did you find her? Natalie says, yeah, she's dead. I like that she didn't lie to cover it up.
Yeah.
She was actually sharing information.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it did have a few drawbacks here and there. I think for the most part, those were like the avoiding cliche moments that I really, really, really appreciated and enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Other than the one lady flipping out towards the end, towards that middle part, everyone else is very composed and very intellectual, and like they kind of would be. Like they're intellectuals.
Mm-hmm.
So if a psychologist, a biologist, another scientist.
Same with the moment where Braddock, Tessa Thompson, where she's talking about what's actually going on once they find all those flower people.
Yeah.
And she's not flipping out about it.
Mm-mm.
She's just breaking it down to hard science.
Well, even when crazy-ass crocodile attacked.
Oh, yeah.
That was... I appreciated that they avoided the alien attacking trope.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a evolved crocodile to some degree. Or alligator, whatever fucking one it is. After it was over, it was over.
Yeah.
Like, there was no... Like, there wasn't, like, a huge burst of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Other than when it needed to be, and other than that one scene when they were all tied to the chairs.
Agreed.
Other than that, I thought the direction of the actors was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciated it because I get so tired of the tired, catty female trope.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't here.
Yeah, not a single moment do you have that.
Right.
I mean, even with Thornton, with her little breakdown, it fit the narrative of the story.
Yes, exactly. It was refreshing to see,
mm-hmm.
Intellectual people acting like intellectual people and not just going overboard or being over emotional or following. Like, I would almost have expected this to be written by a woman,
mm-hmm.
just the way they wrote the female characters. Because I get tired of it, and I'm sure other women watching get tired of it too. Like, that to be like, we all don't act like that. You know what I mean? We're all not like catty and bitchy and over emotional creatures that will sabotage something because we can't think straight.
Mm-hmm. Or just break down and become a completely useless, sombering mess.
Yeah, exactly. And like, they could have, when they found the guy who'd been cut open. Another weird, awesome part.
Yeah, that was really fucking cool.
Like, there was a lot of holy shit-ish moments, but that was another one of them. But when they found his body, and he became like this like plant thing, they could have flipped out then. They didn't.
Nope.
I mean, they're kind of like, what the fuck? But that's to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish they had, when they were watching the tape that they found, the first tape they found,
mm-hmm.
I wish they would have watched all of it.
Yeah.
That bugged me. It wasn't enough to be a mediocre moment, but it still kind of bugged me. Like,
mm-hmm.
you have information. You are all intellectuals. This is information for you. Yes, it's gross and creepy as fuck, but I don't think you'd be like, hey, turn that off.
Mm-hmm.
Or turn it off for now. Let's turn it back on later. After we've had time to establish what we just saw.
I was just a big, huge fan of how the movie looked. The use of color, the use of shots. I mean, every single scene inside the Shimmer was gorgeous.
It was kind of like Arrival meets The Cell meets Mimic meets Contact meets like a weird mishmash.
Yeah.
Because it had that dreamlike quality of The Cell. It had that unknown, trying to find out what's going on, like Contact. Mimic, obviously.
Another scene that I thought was really cool was near the end when she was watching the videotape that she found at the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Kane.
Yeah.
With Kane.
Yeah.
The Kane talking he had a southern accent.
Yes. Which makes you wonder who on the team had a southern accent.
Yeah, and then at that moment you realize that the Kane that appeared at her house was not Kane.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He's probably, like her, a combination of all the people that he went in the Shimmer with.
Mm-hmm. Yep, agreed. It also stands to question, how did he get out then?
Yeah.
Because she got out, obviously, by helping
destroying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, whether on purpose or accidental, we never really...
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think she was just trying to destroy it, and it ended up catching everything else on fire. Because an alien...
Oops!
Because an alien life form would probably not understand fire.
Yes.
So I like that made sense, even though it was a little ambiguous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was really... As you said, it was pretty. It was... I thought the CGI was a little heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But I understood why it was there, yeah.
Music.
I'm on the fence.
Are you?
Yeah. It was good. The score was good. So I also thought the score was overpowering.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were certain scenes where if it had a lighter, not such a industrial techno-ish thump to it, more of like a subdued orchestral violin thing going on, I think it would have been a little more effective. It kind of took me out of the scene a little bit, especially at the end. Or at the weird part where Natalie Portman confronts the thing and all the shit's happening. Like, it took me out of the scene. It was not. It was. I liked the score. I liked it. I just thought it was way overpowering for, especially that moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to talk about anything else, or want to go to my notes?
Notes is fine.
All right, Philip's notes. I kind of wrote, can you not cut off his abs? Like when they were cutting that dude's stomach or whatever off.
Yeah.
I was like, can we not cut off the abs? I hate that kind of shit. And then you have like weird eel snakes inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else is like, yeah. I'm like, what is going on?
Which probably explains why we never saw any of them eat again. Because they were, after the time loss, they were complaining about how much food that they lost.
Yeah.
And, I mean, their systems probably changed to where they didn't really need to eat.
That's true. Good call. I really like the whole self-destruction conversation.
Yes.
That Dr. Ventress and Lena had.
Where it's programmed in our DNA.
Yeah, the exact quote was from Dr. Ventress to Lena was, "Isn't self-destruction coded into us, programmed into each cell?" Nice.
Yes.
That's a very cool line. I called Ventress the gun-toting psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently she knew what the fuck she was doing. She's like, I must carry a gun, must go to lighthouse.
And it was really cool near the end when Lena discovered her down in that cavern, and her eyes are gone.
Yeah, that was
skin
weird.
Is green, and she's basically become a disciple.
It was like she wasn't done forming yet.
Yes.
And then when she turned around, she was herself.
Mm-hmm.
I was really confused at first until we saw whatever it was mimic Alina.
Yeah.
I really liked how smart this movie was, the science of it all.
Mm-hmm.
When they were talking about how the shimmer refracts everything, including DNA, I was like, oh, you don't know what you're going to become.
Which, in the release of this film, there was a big, huge rift between Alex Garland and the financial distributor Paramount.
Really?
And the distributor guy thought that the movie was going to be too intellectual for people.
Huh.
So he didn't want to go to theaters.
Oh, wow.
And that's where they came up with the deal of Netflix would release it for outside of the States. And it would go to theaters in US and China.
It makes sense why we get so many stupid fucking movies.
Yes.
Like dumb as fuck movies, because the studios have no faith that intellectual people want to see something intellectual.
And why so many of the good smart films are independent.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
There's a shot I would like you to get for me.
Okay.
It's my favorite shot in the movie, which is going to be weird since we had so much beauty to look at. There is a scene where Lena is talking to Dan, the guy she was having an affair with.
Mm-hmm.
And she's standing in front of the window while he's laying in the bed. There's a shot of her talking. Her like shoulder and body is lit up, but her like from the neck up is black and it's profiled.
Okay.
And she's talking to him while her face is profiled. I thought it was really fucking well done. As someone that has done film stuff and does photography, the lighting in that scene was fucking amazing.
Agreed.
It was much like when we watched Shape of Water in that one scene with the doctor and he's being silhouetted under the factory thing. This shot here was just like, it was beautiful. I wrote it down. It was a beautiful shot. So if you could grab that for us, it's up right now in the edit when I get to it. I think for a movie that had so much like color and beauty and all this stuff, just it was such a subdued, awesome, well lit shot.
As far as like the aesthetic of the entire film, it reminded me of that movie that we watched, Shortwave.
Yes, I would totally agree with that. Which is also, listeners, if you have not seen Shortwave, go watch Shortwave.
Agreed.
It was really awesome. I wondered if the bones on the ground spelled something.
I was wondering how they got there.
Yeah, there's also that.
I did notice that two other things that we never saw inside the shimmer. Birds.
Okay.
Or insects.
Ah, good call.
It's like pretty much anything that could fly was not included in whatever fucked up evolution was going on in there.
Yeah, but we never saw dead birds or anything like that either. Weird. Huh. Interesting. That song that was playing periodically, it sounded like a Crosby, Stills and Nash song.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I like that it was talking about like multiplying, like 2, 3, 4. Thought that was a nice little touch. I did like when Lena's character was fighting her doppelganger. To me, it was like Link fighting Dark Link.
Yes.
Thought that was really cool. So I hope other people that watched it had a nerdy Zelda moment, because I was like, oh my god, it's Link and Dark Link.
And like, I feel like I played a segment like that in a game where you had to figure out how to move, and the person mimicking you, how to move to block them off.
Ah, okay. It was an interesting scene.
Yes.
How the fuck do you get out of there?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a puzzle. And speaking of, this could easily have been a video game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they could easily adapt this into a video game if they wanted to.
It's like the pretty Silent Hill.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty Silent Hill. Should be the name of the video game. And then, so, here's where maybe I'm not understanding completely, and if I'm not, and you get it, let me know. So, they catch everything on fire. Or Natalie Portman, Lena, catches everything on fire. Via fake Lena.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everything that's been coated with this whatever incinerates, dies. Why didn't the husband and why didn't Natalie Portman both catch on fire?
Well, as best as I could tell, that the fire did not spread beyond that beach.
Okay.
Because later on when it shows like the fire in the background, she's in a grassy area.
Right.
And
That's
none
true.
of that catches on fire. So I think it was just simply that cavern and that being were the source, broadcasting the
Right.
spectrum or whatever.
But she was in the vicinity there for a while when everything was on fire. Like, it explains the husband.
Yeah.
Kane, but it doesn't explain why she...
Mm-hmm.
Because she has... Its DNA is in her. It's merged with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, wouldn't that part of the DNA also burn?
Well, my theory was I don't think she ever, like, it picked up her DNA, but I don't think she ever picked up its DNA. Her entire DNA was indeed changed, but that was by the effect of being inside the shimmer. My theory.
Right. That makes much more sense than my big giant question mark. I was like, what? Why? How? And that's actually all for my notes. We can go on, or we can go to final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts is good.
Final thoughts, here we go. All right, I will let you go ahead and give your final thoughts.
Final thoughts, gorgeous fucking movie.
Mm-hmm, agreed.
Highly entertaining sci-fi.
Yeah, 2 hours flew by.
Yeah.
Like, flew by.
Strong acting.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic all-female cast. Well, pretty much all-female.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is getting 2 thumbs up for me.
I would also give it 2 thumbs up. It's very much like a Shape of Water for me. It was pretty, and it was well acted, well told. Cinematography was CGI pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Direction was great. Editing was great, except for those time jump parts that I didn't like.
Yeah.
But I'm not overly wowed.
Mm-hmm.
But I respect what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So much like Shape of Water, I liked it but didn't love it. But it's one that I would show to friends, though.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know some friends who really need to see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
If only for an intellectual, smart movie that handles like an alien quote-unquote invasion, which wasn't even that, really. Yeah. And I did like that conversation that she had with
Lomax,
about what did it want, and it was invading. She's like, it didn't want anything. It was just here.
Mm-hmm.
I like finally, like, the alien creature isn't like this, malevolent force. It was just this benevolent thing that came here and just started
changing.
Yeah, exactly. Assimilating.
Mm-hmm.
So from that aspect, really enjoyed it, but there were some weak moments and weak parts of the plot that kind of took away, and I thought the CGI was way too heavy-handed. But I can see why people loved it and thought it was pretty, because it was, but it really wasn't totally for me.
Mm-hmm. Respect.
But definitely worth a watch. All right, come back from the spoiler stuff. We're done spoiling the movie for you.
Come back for your 3 minutes of video.
Right? Hey, you'll get to find out what we're doing next week. That's always a plus.
Yes.
Well, that wraps up this episode. Thank you for listening. Tell us what you thought of Annihilation in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you hate it for some reason? And was there things about the plot itself that we didn't notice that you liked and or hated? Let us know down in the comments below. If you liked the video, please tick the like button, share it with your friends or cool people who might dig the podcast, and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the newest content. Speaking of, our next podcast will be on the movie Terrifier. This is kind of a, not sequel, a more fleshing out of...
The clown / mime from All Hallows Eve.
Yes. God, it's been a minute since we saw that. Wow.
It was another movie that I loved.
So, that will be on the next podcast. Stay tuned for that. So until then, once again, my name is Philip.
And I'm TJ.
And we'll be back next time to talk about Terrifier. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.